Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4 to test out another brand new car here in the game. This time the Fiat X19, which you can win by taking part in this A Bath on the Hearth seasonal championship. So 3 races is to unlock the car, not one of these annoying 50% ones. 50% you can go and win the Lexus again, and 80% the LaFerrari this week. But yeah, it's a whole new festival playlist, so I will quickly flick through the cars that are coming up. And if you want to test out the Koenigsegg Jesko before it's unlockable, it is in this month's Rivals event, so I need to go and give that a drive. But I will be doing a video on it once it's fully unlockable. So yeah, this week we'll be testing out Fiat. Next week I will be testing out the Hoonigan Bronco, although slight change of day, that'll be coming out on Thursday, because Friday is Christmas Day, so there'll be a slightly different video on the Friday. Then moving into winter, I think that's when the Jesko is available, which is slightly irritating. We're going to have to test that out in the snow, but yeah, the brand new Koenigsegg Jesko is available in winter, which I'm sure is the one a lot of you are looking forward to the most. I probably am. I'm not usually one to think, oh, I want to test out the supercar more than all the other stuff, but that should be interesting. Then in spring we've got the Alfa Romeo 155, that'll actually be in the new year. I think both of these will be into 2021, but the Alfa Romeo 155 was a car in Horizon 3 that's been ported forward, so another one of those to test out. But yeah, generally I'm kind of quite pleased with these. The Hoonigan Bronco, the Koenigsegg, and the Fiat. 3 very different cars. I was going to say 3 new cars, but I'm not quite 100% sure the Fiat wasn't in something else. Anyway, let's go and find the Fiat X19, which is this funny little green thing, which only has 61 horsepower from its 1.3 litre inline-4 engine. It was actually produced with a bigger engine later, so apparently this car was produced or assembled by Fiat themselves between 72 and 82 with this engine, and then it was taken to Bertone, who obviously the design house behind this vehicle. It was then assembled by them from 82 to 89 with a slightly bigger engine, so slightly odd that we've got the older one, but I guess that's just the one that was previously in Forza. But yeah, that's kind of all there is to it. Funny little mid-engine car with a small engine. It's kind of reminds me of an MR2 actually, although I'm guessing this is older. But yeah, it's a cool little thing. Not the fastest, so I think we'll just head straight up to Edinburgh Castle, as we're conveniently near it, after finishing the final event in the to win this, which was around Holyrood, which was interesting because the event to win this was actually a one-make series in little A Bath convertibles, the little blue one I was in at the beginning, which was interesting because they're very underpowered, so driving them around Holyrood was a bit of an odd choice, but it was kind of a cool championship. Not really seen one that's one car only before for these seasons. Yeah, this really isn't very fast. 71, 72, 72, 73, 74, 75. I'm tempted to leave it in this green, actually. It is a really nice little colour. Right. Let's do it. Let's see what upgrades and customization are available for our tiny little Fiat. I do rather like these things. I'm not really sure why. It's probably not my favourite car from all of the things coming in the update. I probably prefer it over the Hoonigan Bronco, but and the 155. Okay, so after the Jesko is possibly my favourite one. Right. Actually, it's quite similar to the little TR7 we had. It kind of in size and shape and performance. Slightly faster, I think. And probably slightly older, but anyway. Yeah, it's D-Class 127 to start with, so really not terribly fast. We can engine swap an inline-4 turbo rally, which immediately puts it into C-Class. Or we can all-wheel drive swap it, your usual sort of options. We have turbo and supercharger. Aero, what do we have in aero? Right. Okay, nothing to say about that. let's put some grippier tyres on it. Nice wide tyres. I'm always tempted to change out the wheels on these old cars, but then I don't know, it kind of fits the era. I don't want to mess about with that too much. I think we'll leave those alone this time. We'll try and get it to the top of C, at least, without doing any engine swaps or anything ridiculous like that. C or B, I would have thought would be a reasonable ask of this thing. That is quite low. We're not even going to have to adjust the springs to make it sit nicely. Sure, let's throw in loads of power and see where it puts us. So we're into C already. Yeah, I reckon we're going to have to go top of B. Make it slightly more interesting. Top of C is going to be a bit slow still. How fast does this actually go without an engine swap? Middle of A. It's going to be like 750, isn't it? Yeah, it's almost exactly in the middle of A. Fully upgraded without any engine swaps or conversions or anything. I think we'll leave it like that. If I'm ever going to race it, obviously I'll build it to the top of a class, depending on what regulations I'm building it to. But for something just nice to drive, B class, A class, something like that is usually quite nice. So we'll go with that. I will check manufacturer colours and also what the wonderful community has come up with. But I do rather like the green. So we've got blackboard paint, or matte black. We've got blue, which is quite nice. We've got that, because people in the 70s thought that looked good. Red, the orange I kind of like, the bright orange. But I think the metallic green, unless we find something amazing... Okay, I quite like the Lancia one, that's kind of cool. There's a few like that, and the Martini one's kind of cool as well. You know what? I like the green, I'm going to keep it. Right. Let's quickly see how it handles now that we've thrown a few upgrades on. But yeah, it's just kind of cool, isn't it? It's a tiny little car. That's more like it. It's kind of more enjoyable to drive. Just a little bit more power. Maybe it didn't need quite this much. I think top of B might have been perfect. Makes it kind of fun to drive. Cool little thing. But yeah, I think built to B, it would be a not bad little car. So I might try and, if I'm ever racing in anything where it's B class and this is eligible, I will probably use it. It's a cool little thing. But yeah, not much else I can say about this. It's a cool little 70s car. I'm not always a fan of this sort of design of that era, but I do think this is a cool little thing. Tiny little Italian sports car, not a massive engine, enough power. I actually quite like it built as it is. Thought it was a little bit fast when it first came out of the castle, but it's nice to drive like this, I like it. But yeah, that probably is going to do it for a first look at this new car. Another really cool little thing they've added. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether it was in previous games or not, but I do love it, and I'm really pleased that they added, well, not only the 4 very different cars for this, but also the 2 cars for Super 7. Loads of new cars, plus the Cyberpunk Quadra, which is also really cool. So they've actually added 7 cars this update, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, it's cool to see they're still updating it, even with rumours of Horizon 5 being on the way. But anyway, yeah, that was a very cool little car. And yeah, we've got the Bronco next Thursday, and I will be testing out the Jesko the following Friday, which I think is the 1st. and or the second possibly, and the Alfa Romeo 155 the following week as well. So yeah, got a car every week this festival playlist, which will be cool. So yeah, hopefully you will join me same time next week a day earlier, but at the same time of day next week to test out the Hoonigan Bronco, which will be a lot of fun to take off-road, something completely different to our little Italian sports car. But yeah, that probably is going to do it for a video taking a first look at this Fiat X19. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next video very soon.